Hey, it's Michael, and I'm back with an unscripted video because, well, these tend to do really well, so why not just keep doing them? And it's easier to do these. And I finally figured out how to do the video game backdrop thing, so why not do it? So, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor. We're hearing a lot of different things about this matchup. 1 second, it's definitely going to happen to the point where it's official, it's booked, we get a source, yada yada yada, and the next there's contract disputes. And I'm not going to focus on all of the disputing and stuff of that nature. Whatever you're going to make of it is whatever you're going to make of it. I'm not going to change your mind. What I do want to focus on is whenever the UFC has a contract dispute with insert fighter here. And it's interesting because it always comes to, well, this guy doesn't want to fight. And when you say that, obviously there's images of somebody being a ducker or somebody being a quitter, and obviously no, that's not the case. Dustin Poirier is a warrior and he definitely wants to fight, but Dustin Poirier wants more money. So again, if you're on Team Poirier, you're going to be on Team Poirier, just like people were on Team Masvidal, Team Whitaker, etc., etc. Although with Whitaker, it wasn't really a contract dispute, it was more of a time thing. But the whole point is, whoever team you're going to be on, you're going to be on their team. Typically, a lot of people go on Team Dana White, but what have you. Here's my thing, though. I'm not Team Dana at this point. I'm not Team Fighter at this point. I'm Team MMA. And I know that MMA, although has grown rapidly, is still growing. And I think the biggest thing is there's a lot of untapped potential in terms of the best athletes you can possibly get. What do I mean by that? Well, I truly believe that the top guys in other sports could have done at least 2, 3, or all of the sports at a top level if they trained for it enough. For example, LeBron James at one point was a very talented football player. Allen Iverson, same thing. Soccer players are cardio monsters. Football players, there's been many a time where football players have gone into baseball, and a couple of them, Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, actually made the pros. So my whole point is that top level athletes can do a lot of things. So what's to say that they can't do MMA if they trained? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say give a football player 6 months of training and he'll be in the UFC heavyweight division knocking people out clean. No. But what I am saying is the sport of MMA can get a lot of athletes in their infancy who become lifelong martial artists as well as elite level athletes. However, if the NBA is paying guys on average millions of dollars and the NFL is paying guys on average millions of dollars, and soccer, the money is flowing in, etc., etc., and the UFC is a $4.2 billion organization arguing with guys about thousands of dollars. If I'm a high-level athlete who is a younger kid, maybe from a lower-income family, and I'm thinking athletics are my way out, I'm not going to choose MMA because I know the money is going to be hard to come by until I make it to the very top. This is my worry. This is my concern because I think we're losing a lot of untapped potential in MMA. And a lot of guys can say, oh, well, MMA, it's a very skilled sport. Not every athlete can do it and not everyone has the stomach for it. And I agree. But I think you can develop the stomach and the mind for MMA. You can't teach them a hard chin and you can't teach them heart, but you can teach them how to do MMA. And I think you can get guys who are lifelong martial artists as well as athletes into MMA by at least making it seem like you care about the fighters and you're willing to pay them what they're worth. Now look, here's what I'm not saying. Dana White is a bad person for trying to get the best possible deal for a fight. No, it's a business. I'm also not saying that Dustin Poirier is a bad guy for squabbling over thousands of dollars. No, it's a business and that's his right. He should get as much money as he can. I'm also not saying that the UFC needs to pay guys millions of dollars just because they're worth $4.2 billion. If they want to be worth double, triple, quadruple, or a gazillion, that's not a word. But you get what I'm saying. If they want to grow their business, then obviously they have to be smart with their money. What I am saying though is contract disputes over thousands of dollars when you're a billion-dollar organization is embarrassing. It's just that. It's embarrassing. And I think that there's a lot of reasons as to why it's embarrassing, but my main reason is this in turn is actually detrimental for the growth of MMA. Because look, the UFC already has to deal with a sour reputation due to the fact that it's legal fighting, and parents are obviously going to tell their kid not to do MMA for their safety. But then even if a kid is interested, the monetary value of being in the UFC isn't even worth it unless you're the top 1% in the organization. At least you could be the 12th man on the bench in the NBA and still make millions of dollars. At least you can be the worst player on an NFL game day roster, and you can make an argument you'd be okay financially. You can't say the same thing about a mixed martial artist in the UFC, but that's just one man's opinion. Tell me what you think. Maybe you think I'm completely wrong. Maybe you think I'm in the right. Maybe you have a different suggestion. Maybe you got other things you want to talk about. Let me know. And until next time, this is Michael from The Leg Kick. And remember to stay safe.